Hello everyone and welcome to CATV Live right here on Cash Alternative TV. Cash Alternative TV is a channel with a focus on cryptocurrency, and it concentrates on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, an alternative to cash. So that's why I named my channel Cash Alternative TV. If that's something you're interested in, you want to learn more about Dash or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss an episode. So on this video on Cash Alternative TV, this is my second one I've done. It's just a weekly recap of the events of the day of the week that just happened, and I'm happy to have you here with me. So for the first thing that I do on this CATV Live, I go over the videos that I did and videos that are coming up. So the first video I want to talk about was the Dash mobile wallet walkthrough that I did. If you are interested in learning about how the how Dash works on the Android or the iOS wallets, that's the video to watch. So just search my channel lineup and you'll find it. Another one was a video I did with John Hargrave. He's the author of a book called Blockchain for Everyone, and he's quite an interesting character. If you've been around cryptocurrency for a while, you would probably be interested in his journey and his experiences. And if you're new to cryptocurrency, it's definitely someone to get some advice from when it comes to investing. So keep an eye out for that video also. And the last one I released was on Friday. It was a video with Truth Raider HQ on Twitter. We met him on Twitter and we said, hey, well, why don't we have a video where we talk to each other and get the scoop on what's happening in Bitcoin, and I can tell him what's happening in Dash. So we schooled each other. It was quite fun, an interesting episode. And one that I just did yesterday, it was a spur of the moment one, which actually bumped this show that I'm doing now to today instead of Saturday like it would usually come out, was a talk with Anypay's Steven Zeiler. And he was talking all about how Bitcoin was suspended from his platform because of the ability to double spend. And we were talking all about how the differences between Bitcoin and Dash, and how Dash has triple level security compared to other cryptocurrencies. And yeah, it was a great talk, so you can also find that on my channel lineup as well. So for next week, the future videos that are coming out, on Tuesday, I'm going to release a video about the Dash platform website created by Andy Freer. And this is a really interesting website. It's very, excuse me, it's a very enticing website in comparison to the Dash Core Group one, which is kind of bland and corporate looking. But this one here is kind of laid out very well, and I'm going to go over it on Tuesday. And on Thursday, I'm going to be releasing a video called 11 Ways Dash Makes a Better Cryptocurrency Experience, the most complete cryptocurrency experience. So I'm looking forward to that one. And it's kind of based on this, and this is something that I saw on Twitter. This is a chart. I can't remember who did it. I think it might have been Foxtrot on Discord. But he's showing how Dash has the most well-rounded cryptocurrency experience right now. Has sub-cent fees, has 51 attack mitigation, has settlement times for double spend transactions of 1 second with instant send. Blockchain usernames is coming up. Optional privacy with private send. Decentralized governance and funding, a monthly treasury from the DAO. And Dash Core Group has legal access to the commits. And that's one of the few blockchains that actually have a legal system set up. And decentralized applications are on the way. So this is something that I thought was really cool. And it's something that I'm going to be covering in the next video. So I hope you guys pay attention for that one. So now is the part of the show where I go to the crypto news recap. I got a lot to talk about today, so hopefully you're going to be you have coffee or popcorn and want to sit down. So let's go over what happened in cryptocurrency. So the first one was one that I was talking about before. It was Anypay, and I had Steven Zeiler on this show, and we were talking about how he suspended payments for Bitcoin, and that happened recently. And he kind of backpedaled on it a bit. He said that Bitcoin has been restored, but he's really paying attention to this double spend issue. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Kind of interesting language here is calling it worthless for payments. He's calling Bitcoin worthless for payments. And in our talk, he explained why. He said that some of the applications that are out there, they can double spend like from the application. So you can actually say cancel the transaction and start again with a new one. So you can go to a store, buy your things, go out and cancel the transaction. So I'm wondering how could this possibly be a method of exchange for people if they want to have trust in the cryptocurrency. So we'll have to see how that goes. And this is something that applies to Bitcoin, but also has ramifications for Dash. It's the U.S. Department of Justice is trying to say that Bitcoin mixing is a crime. So this gentleman here, he was running a Bitcoin mixer, which is like a centralized Bitcoin mixer in comparison to Dash, which is decentralized. So he was running a Bitcoin mixer named Helix, and the Department of Justice has come after him, saying that he had ties with Alphabet, which is a dark market website, and people are using his Bitcoin services, Bitcoin mixer services, just to buy illicit drugs or illicit materials or anything you can buy on Alphabet. And so this is kind of something that has ramifications for Dash too, because I don't know how they're going to do the comparison between that centralized mixer and a decentralized mixer. So it's something to watch out for in the future. And the next order of business was the IOTA hack. And this happened under Trinity Wallet. And it says on February 12th, they said, after receiving several reports of fund theft, that looked out of the ordinary in a short time frame, we decided to warn about this in Discord and Twitter. As a precaution, we ask you to keep your Trinity wallet closed for now. So apparently some people lost some money from the Trinity wallet. And this is something that goes to show you that cryptocurrency is very much work in progress. So when you hold money in a wallet, you have to make sure that you back it up and make sure that you trust what you're putting your money into. And even if you do that, like I'm sure people have trusted IOTA, and you still run the risk of losing your money. It's a work in progress. You have to understand this is the Wild West. It's a final frontier. So we have to make sure that we keep our funds safe, and we make sure that we don't invest more than we can afford to lose, because this is a very much experimental project. So today they released a new update saying the new Trinity version is currently in progress. This version will first and foremost be safe, which is good. They identified the vulnerability and it has been removed from the wallet. So it looks like all systems go for IOTA for now, but we'll see how much the damage has been done. And I wish the people well who lost money. I don't know how they're going to reinstate them, if they can, or whatever they're going to do with IOTA, because we know there has been a precedent with Ethereum to roll back the blockchain. So I'm not sure what they're planning to do on IOTA. We'll have to pay attention to that. So the next one up for business is one released just today. They're comparing the crypto projects out there and who's had the most active developers in the past year. And interestingly enough, none of the top cryptocurrencies were in the top 10. So this is the top 10 cryptocurrencies by dev activity. Number 1 is InSolar. I've never heard of it. AELF, I've also never heard of that. Holo, never heard of it. Lisk, I've heard of, and that's number 4 position. Nulls, I've never heard of that. Chainlink I've heard of, number 6. Raiden Network, number 7. EOS is number 8, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard of EOS. And Zeus Shield, never heard of that. And 0x, which I've heard of as well. And then it goes down to say, what about the big boys? So out of the big cryptocurrencies in the top 10, only EOS has managed to crack the top 10 in developer activity. Tron is number 11 on the commit list and number 12 on market cap. And Bitcoin is well down the list at number 17 with 1,810 commits. And Bitcoin's nearest market rival, Ethereum, is way down with just 702 commits over the past 12 months. Dash didn't show up in this survey. So what does that tell you? It says, well, you really can't put too much stock into developer activity, because the biggest ones for developer activity are coins that, are way down the list. And they might overcome this effect over time and have a really awesome cryptocurrency because of all the dev commits. But at this time, it doesn't seem to have much of an impact on the coin market cap. So that's something to pay attention to. All right, so are you guys ready? This is the big one that I wanted to talk about since I've seen it on Twitter. There's a gentleman named McCormack. He's named Peter McCormack, and we're going to go back up to the top here because I want to show his original tweet. So this is his original tweet, and it's talking about Dash in Venezuela. Now, if you've been following Dash in Venezuela, you know that we're making inroads in that country, right? We're doing lots of projects there. We funded projects from the DAO, and I don't think that this person has done enough research. They've been in Venezuela for 2 days, and in a couple of sections of Venezuela, and then they've drawn this conclusion. They say, let's talk about Dash in Venezuela and why their stupid shitcoin, those are a few words, is exploiting the country with propaganda. The DashPay marketing team and bag holders will wax lyrical about how Dash is helping the people of Venezuela. They aren't. And this is from somebody who's only been in the country for 2 days, and he's already drawn this conclusion. All right? So he goes on with a big tweet storm how Dash is the devil and how Dash is trying to, we're trying to say that everything is not good, or we are trying to say that everything's good with Dash. And it's like, it just rips into Dash so much. And he says that we're a shitcoin, we don't know what we're doing, and all the progress that we've made in Venezuela is an illusion, apparently. So Ryan Taylor, he saw this tweet, and he knows that as well as anyone who's involved with Dash, that we are definitely not a shitcoin. We're a legitimate cryptocurrency with lots of development. We're the most well-rounded crypto project right now. But this was a tweet they're talking about Venezuela, so we're going to concentrate on Venezuela. So he writes this open letter to Peter. It says, "You're generally correct about the overall conditions in Venezuela, and our head of business development is Ernesto Contreras." And that's true. Ernesto's right here. He's the head of business development for Dash, and he is from Venezuela. So we know the situation a heck of a lot better than him, because we have been in this business for at least 2 years now, and not 3 years with Dash Venezuela. And what was her name? Eugenia Alcala. She started the whole trend there with the Dash conferences in Caracas. So we believe that low-cost instant crypto, such as Dash is, can provide greater financial freedom, and we're working hard to have as much impact as we can. And as a small cryptocurrency, we're not ubiquitous down there, like you're not going to see us everywhere, but we are making inroads. And for a small cryptocurrency like Dash is, our use case and our value proposition of fast, secure, instant, secure cryptocurrency is going to help. It's going to help people because they need that method of exchange. They need something that's going to be fast. They need something permissionless, and they need something that's going to have low fees. So he goes on and schools Peter about everything that's going on in Dash and all the solutions and the problems that we've had. He doesn't say that it's all sunshine and roses. He said we have tried things that haven't worked, and we're doubling down on the things that have worked, and we're shying away from the things that don't work. It's a long process when you're trying to get this new technology into a different country. And for him to go down into this place and say after 2 days that Bitcoin is not going to solve the problems and Dash is a shitcoin, like this is total disrespect. And I'm very happy that Ryan stood up for the Dash community in a professional way and said, listen, buddy, you don't know what the heck you're talking about because you've only been there for 2 days. And you're even dismissing Dash as a shitcoin, but it has a lot of development, a lot of positive development, a lot of developer activity. We're developing lots of cool things. So there's this stigma around Dash out there that people call it a shitcoin and people call it a scam. Who's been scammed with Dash? No one's been scammed with Dash. And it's not a shitcoin because it's not vaporware. These things are being currently worked on every day. And this just gets me worked up. So you have people like Dash Mall and Parking. This is our biggest adoption drive in Venezuela right now. But of course, it's in a concentrated area. So if Peter goes to an area that's not involved with this project, he's of course going to think that Dash doesn't know that Dash isn't going to be well established down there. And here's another one over here. For people that don't have like fancy cell phones like Apples and Androids, they just have like a basic phone. You can use Dash Text to send Dash to other people. You don't have to have a fancy smartphone or anything like that. You just have to have a burner phone and you can send Dash to other people through Dash Text. And this is something that's based in Venezuela. But did Peter know that? No, he didn't know that. But if he's watching, he's going to know now. And the Dash Help and Training Center. This is also something that was funded by the DAO. I'm not sure if it's funded right now. The DAO, if you're just new to Dash, is our decentralized treasury. That's voted on by the decentralized second-tier masternode network. And we support contractors. Our biggest contractor is the Dash Core Group, who maintain the Dash code. But these are ones that actually help. If you have problems with using Dash, you can call this hotline and they will answer the phone and they'll help you out. But it's based in Venezuela, and that's really cool. So that's what I had to say about that. And we're going to go to the next part of the show. I really had to get that off my chest because it really burns me when people talk about Dash as a shitcoin, when we all know that it's not. It's doing really cool things. And we're not lying about making progress in Venezuela. Yes, we're a small cryptocurrency, but we're trying our best. we're seeing results. And that's what counts. We're seeing results, and we know we can help people with our value proposition. So that segues into our Dash news recap. It's not going to be as much as the crypto news recap, but there is some stuff that's going on, and I will share it with you here. So Nathaniel Luz, last week, he told us that Digital is the Cash is the book, and it's written by him. And I had him on my show, and we were talking all about Digital is the Cash, and it's a pretty well done book. So if you want to buy it on paperback, it's available, and I'm leaving the link in the description below if you want to look at it. So it looks nice on the cover. It's got him as the author there, so that would be cool if you want to buy that. Give him some support. So something that I'm going to be talking about next week in my video, I'm going to be talking about the dashdevs.org website created by ex-core developer Andy Freer. And this is a gentleman who actually is partaking in this dev Discord right now. So it inspired and forked from the awesome IPFS project. Andy Freer created a website, with projects, tools, and pretty much anything related to the Dash platform that are totally awesome. So that's the website, dashdevs.org. It's easy to find. And when you go to that website, you're going to find at the very top, join the developer Discord. And this is for people that are interested in creating dApps on the Dash platform and want support from other developers. It's an awesome idea, and I really encourage anybody who's interested in joining Dash or wants to learn about Dash platform and how it's currently constructed and how it's going to be constructed in the future. You can get on the ground floor and have support from fellow developers who share the same interests as you, and you guys can help each other out, and then we're going to build a really strong network of dApps. So join the developer Discord. I'm not going to go through this too much because this is something that I'm going to go over in a future video, so I don't want to spoil it. So yeah, that was everything. I hope you guys had a great week. This is my second Cash Alternative TV live, and I'm looking forward to do some more because you guys asked for it. You guys didn't like Christopher's Crypto Chronicles, and I can accept that. And I'm actually kind of keen on doing these live streams too. It's pretty cool. So thanks for your support. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the bell if you want to see more from me in Cash Alternative TV episodes. Until next time, remember always, Dash is a better money for a better future. And that future is getting closer every day. Bye for now.